It's all about quality and quantity on Brewsday Tuesday. Here is DreZ and Huck.
Oh, Huck! We need to update these.
When did Huck get here?
This is the problem when you're in Studio
All
B.
talks.
I updated the open. So what did we lose? Because we just used it with when Adam was here, and it was the right.
Apparently, it's a throwback.
It's okay. I'm working
Tuesday.
on my beard. I will reach Huck's status.
I'll tell you what, Huck wishes he was here because it's always a treat when we have a special guest, and I know he loved coming in and talking shop with brewers, and in this case, brewery pioneers. I would almost say
owners, absolutely.
The first brewery in Radford. Now, I say first.
correct.
Is that first? I mean, have you checked the record books? Was there ever one that opened and then maybe closed or anything?
So so there were individuals who may have made beer.
But not a proper brewery.
So following the guidelines of ABC and Brewers Guild and those sorts of things. If you use those metrics, there were absolutely 100% nobody else.
Nice.
But if you're asking, has anybody ever made beer and sold it? Sure. That's absolutely been the case.
Most likely.
Yeah.
So for those that maybe missed the first round, we have Keith from Long Way Brewing Company that brought a few different beers for us to try. So now in this one, I'm going to try the blend that you're referring to. So
yeah.
And in this instance, it's going to be the Step Up and the vanilla pineapple sour not
vanilla.
sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but I think that you guys blend more than just these. You guys have a whole different. You got a lot of stuff that you're blending over there,
right? It's kind of a secret that if you come in,
the secret menu.
Yeah, if you come in and you kind of ask the one of the beer tenders and you say, hey, listen, I'm kind of thinking this, and they might say, do you want me to kind of help you through the process? If you ever say, why don't you go ahead and pick one, or if there's a combination or a blend, they'll say, I got you. And so they'll go ahead and push.
It's usually a
forward.
wise decision. Put it in they know the best. They know it best.
It's like your server at a restaurant. You're like, I'm choosing
what do
between
you
these
recommend?
three. Yeah. This is your last day of work. Which is the one you're going to get, right? Type of thing. So what we'll see a lot is that, a day will go by and then all of a sudden a blend will walk out and then it's just one after the next. They also do a terrific job with it. So in order to make something enticing, there's a color, there is
I was going to say
separation.
The nice blends are the ones where it's like, it's red on the top and then turns to a lovely gold or whatever.
100, you're 100% on that, DreZ. So right now we've got a blackberry seltzer.
There you go.
And the blackberry seltzer kind of resting on is just, and by the way, when you drink it, you will drink the seltzer first, and then you will push into, so the separation can maintain itself. And so it's very cool. So they're very, very, very talented at that. And we encourage them obviously to play around a little bit with that. And that way we're not serving something that, like these two.
Not a good mix.
You got it. Yeah. Exactly right.
So I wanted to try them both individually first before I start blending because, you got to know what you're working with. Now, I'm not a sour guy. BB is. She's going to love this. There's very few beers that cross the path of where I like it and she likes it. This, I'm guessing, is going to be one of those. Now, here's the thing. I can't speak for her, but to me, this isn't super sour. It's more sweet than sour.
Yeah, the vanilla.
Those are the kind of sours, I'm using quotes, those are the ones that I enjoy. And so this one is really hitting the sweet spot.
And they make nice blends too, because it's not overpowering when it's mixed into something else.
I could definitely see that.
Exactly right. So we'll talk quickly, Big Nate, you poured yours. Did you pour the rest that was in that?
No.
Okay.
There's still a little bit more.
Okay. So back to that beautiful color on it. Look at that color. I think it's just sweet. You're drinking the Cover Me in Sunshine. That is a smash. So for individuals who ever see the word smash on a menu, just stands for a single malt and single hop. So most beers contain multiple hops. or multiple grains, and the grain distilled, for lack of a better term, becomes malt. And so the malt profile here is 1, and you can see that pale color is the most common malt that's used, our grain. And then and all of our beers are 100% grain, so we don't import malt separately. It's good, right?
Yeah, that's good. This is
it's nice.
This is the step up.
Yeah,
It's hitting a spot.
yeah, it's delicious. That's what I had first. So the starting with that grain, and then you throw in 1 hop. In this case, it's a lotus hop. And it doesn't take long, probably 5 to 7 seconds, and the hop is really gone. It's not hanging on that top of that roof of that mouth that might displace some of your food, so you can't, taste the flavor profile in the food. And I love beers that can do that. So that to me is a terrific little beer.
It's what's the junior mint? It's crisp. It's refreshing. It's a junior mint.
Yeah. And I'm glad that
minus the chocolate and mintiness.
Yeah, exactly right. Inside someone's stomach. Right. But yeah, it's very good, isn't it?
No, so I will say this: out of these 3, this might be my least favorite, and that's not to knock it. It's just because, like you said, I feel like this is the type of beer for those that maybe aren't super into the craftiness and like trying the weird and wild.
Introduction.
See, I like trying the weird and wild stuff.
Yeah.
I like it to be more. That's why I love craft beers, because those experimental weird flavor combos and stuff, that's what I sign up for.
Yep.
That being said, this is definitely a step up from your traditional, a Michelob Light Ultra or whatever the hell.
Still carries that very cold, like the colder the better kind of, it feels like, you know what I mean?
And it's bold. It has that flavor profile that you'd probably be looking for and wanting in just like an easy drinking beer. So, I mean, it's definitely nothing to sneeze at, but I feel like it could be better if I do a little blending with
I think
the
they'll
sour.
like that.
So what is there's got to be some sort of a science or a proper way to do this.
Considering I'm not the beer tender on file today, I would at least go to a 3-to-1 kind of ratio of the stepping up, 4-to-1, depending on which one you think you want to kind of play the largest role.
So you do
Start
this,
with that.
you do the step up first?
That's correct.
Okay. And then so you said 3 or 4-to-1?
Yeah, 3 parts, 1 or 4 parts, 1, however.
See how good DreZ is at fractions.
But also,
I didn't do well when I did this off air.
What about when it comes to the pouring? Do I want to do it nice and slow and try and do the layer thing, or
you're
just
not going to be able
flop
to?
them in together?
Unfortunately, you won't be able to do the layer on this because that glass
Similar
won't,
viscosity.
Yeah, glass won't allow for it. And there's what's called a squirtle. I think you kind of put on the top.
Squirtle, like the Pokemon.
I think it's called squirtle, and you put it on the top. It sits on there, and then when you pour it, it's got these looks like metal circles that are on the outside.
Kind of like doing it goes right on top. It's got the springs on the outside.
Yeah,
kind of like doing.
like
I
a
was using
cocktail
upside down
thing,
spoon.
right?
Exactly right.
Yeah,
and that.
So you guys use that at the.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that will separate. That will separate that.
I'm shocked we don't have one here.
Yeah. Well, let me go around out the car. It's right in the back of the truck.
All right. So if I got that much, that means I want to put maybe.
Yeah.
So what do I got? I got 2 knuckles worth of the step up here. So
and I
then
just pour it right down the middle.
I'll do a half a knuckle and then just not even stress it. Just
Straight down the middle.
There you go.
So there, and then goes to the bottom.
Yeah, but it'll come right.
It'll
come. Yeah, exactly right. And I don't know if you saw at the very end. Did you see it pull up? So it did kind of pull up there at the end. So you're going to get as close as you can get without that.
All right. Bottoms. Now here's a question.
Salute.
Can you put a special vanilla pineapple step up blend on Untapped? Do you have the blends on Untapped?
You can be the first.
Oh,
You're gonna
I
give
might
it a 5.
have to. I might have
Blends
to.
are really popular.
Only if you give it a 5
that.
can you put it on.
We should.
That
start
should be a thing.
Mm-hmm. See now, so I'm going to tell you where you're in. You're in your hazy IPA world.
Am
I right?
This is the beer of the day. This is what you need to get.
Aren't you kind of in the hazy IPA world?
Yeah, it's right there, man. It's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. So now you can see when people make hazy IPAs.
Have you blend this with the Cover Me?
No.
I want to blend it with everything.
You can.
I just want to go blend it.
Just gonna replace grenadine.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not even kidding, man.
I know.
This is something else.
So what you're experiencing there is how a lot of breweries
wow,
may actually
that's
use
damn good.
juice right in their beers. We don't use juice unless it's our seltzers, or in this case, the sour. We have to. All right. I mean, I can't get pineapple unless I'm getting it from a pineapple. But in our hazy IPA, which has some of those citrusy notes, those are all off from the grain and then from the yeast mixed with the hops. So we're distilling all of that. If I'm using that term once again, so people can get that, but we're through the brewing process, we're getting all of those flavors from that way. Here, you can see why there's a lot of people, they will make hazy or other IPAs with pineapple right in it. Cause I mean, you've moved from, 100 miles away to 5 miles away.
Damn.
And then cool.
Yeah, I need to
You're welcome.
I haven't blended over there, but yes, thank you. Now I know. I feel like it's
one of those blends.
It's like when you go to once you find out that you can order, what are those weird things that are on the menu at McDonald's and stuff that if you go right between breakfast and lunch, you can get the whatever, and it's something that you got to be in the know, and they'll know, the people that you order from know, and then they'll hook you up. So there you go, man. Next time you go to Long Way, ask them what the good blend is on the menu.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
see what's up. So what else is happening over at Long Way these days?
Yeah,
you got anything on the hopper?
Yeah, we've got
Jesus. Those ham-fisted.
Yeah, we've got at this weekend coming up, we've got Father's Day weekend, and that's always great. A fun fact, this year I share my Father's Day with my twin girls. So they'll be turning 18 while I have my 22nd Father's Day. So
I know how that goes. My birthday often, I guess once every 7 years or however it works, it falls on Mother's Day too. So I have that same fun.
Yeah.
Those are nice when that happens.
Every year my birthday falls on Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh,
and this past year
Oh,
my
wow.
son's birthday.
So we've got that coming up. Next week is today, believe it or not, is International Gnome Day.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
June 10th is International Gnome. And for individuals who don't gnome this, we actually have a small little gnome garden. And most people don't know about it. But if you ever do see them, first of all, don't touch the gnomes. They don't like it. Therefore, they've been glued down. But it is one of the coolest little things, because when people do see it, they immediately pull out their cameras and they go up and they start taking it. The live musicians really love them.
Where? How have I not noticed that?
No, we've got to go find it.
By the way, gnomes are
Is
like
it subtle?
They're not like big ones.
Not the garden ones that we have in our.
Yeah, these
that
would
I
be
got
more
for
like
BB for her birthday.
These would be more like the Smurfs. Yeah.
So like the size of the trolls.
There's a
but
little
they're
world.
gnomes.
Yeah, but they're gnomes. They're little mini gnomes.
Do they have names?
The cool guys. I don't know. There's 4 of them all drinking beers, hanging out. So.
All right, now I've got to keep my eyes peeled for the gnomes, man.
Yeah. So we've got so the 10th is the International Gnome Day, but we're not open. But next time you're at Long Way, go look at those. And then the 22nd is Solstice, longest day. So and I think if you want to hold the orange one up there, that'd be great.
Sticker?
Yeah, our orange sticker. We bring that out once a year for that day. So individuals that come in, you can grab your orange sticker. We don't sell that, and but that's our one day a year, and we'll hand that out until they're gone.
All right. Well, I guess I got to come back on Solstice because you
Yeah, we
already
gotta
gave
look
me.
for the
You already
gnomes.
gave me one, but I feel like that's cheating if I got it before the day
It's
before.
like buying a band T-shirt.
You know what I
show
can
you
do?
didn't
and not
attend.
going to the show.
I don't mind taking it back, and then you can come and get it when you come in, or if that works easier
That's
for
fine,
if it's
that's
easier
fine.
on your conscience.
I'm not opposed to that.
We will
Seriously,
come back.
Seriously, keep it. I've already accounted for that. All right, you're good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Keith, man, I really appreciate it. I also appreciate you just bringing an awesome establishment to Radford,
I
dude.
appreciate that.
It's one of those breweries that I'm just glad that it's the one that's in my city. You know, it's just a mile and change from my house. And anytime
walking
people
distance.
come to visit, I want
know.
to take them there because I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
That's just it's
And everything
great.
you guys have done with that building is just phenomenal.
Well, I appreciate that.
I remember when you guys were like first like gearing up, you kind of had me in there to tour the space.
Yeah.
And like night and day, I can't imagine what it's become. I couldn't have imagined what it's
Sure.
become, and it really
And
feels
still retained
so
a lot of the
welcoming and
soul of
homely
the
and- yeah.
Yes, of course.
and I appreciate that. What you're hitting on is everything we hoped to achieve, and you don't get that obviously without people visiting you every single day and having a really great staff. And I would certainly be remiss to not mention great partners, but we have a wonderful brewer. So Kim, who is our brewer, does just a phenomenal job.
I think she came in last time. I think she was here on the show.
she did. And she was invited today, and our calendars didn't sync up, so she did say to say hello to you guys. But she really places the gentle hand on the magic that is this. So when we hear, and we hear quite often, listen, I've been to 20 breweries, 100 breweries, 500 breweries, but the experience is unique, and it's just topped off with beers that are far beyond what I expected. And I think it's mirrored right now. So wish us some luck. We've got a beer in the Virginia Beer Festival that we'll find out in July. But 2 years ago, our first entry was our Forecast Downpour, and we won bronze, so third best beer in the hardest category.
Yep.
And then last year, we scored gold, and we took 3 categories with 1 beer, and that beer is our oh my gosh, Exacta Right.
It's only the one that's most
Yeah.
got the most awards. I
Exactly
can't
right.
remember.
It's our Exacta Right, which is in betting terms for horse racing. If you get first, second, and third in the exact same order, it's Exacta Right. So it seems very fitting for that beer. And right now in the festival, we have our really popular Alegria, which is our Mexican lager, and so we're hoping we do well with that one. And but yeah, so everyone stop by. Always check our website, our Facebook, and like us and share it.
And definitely,
I appreciate you guys letting me.
And definitely get out there this time of year, because you guys have that great deck. You have that awesome patio. Plenty. I mean, you probably have more outdoor seating than you do indoor seating.
Yeah, we do.
So I mean, it's perfect for this time of year.
Yeah.
Get out there to Long Way.
The best sunsets.
The other thing, keep an eye on their social media too, because they got great events going on, in the food trucks galore.
Food
if you want
trucks.
to try a food truck you haven't tried before,
they're
going to be a long
I've
way.
never been there when there wasn't a food truck that I was like, I might need to get me some of that. So awesome, Keith. Well, thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thanks.
It's a great addition to the Radford City community, and everybody out there listening beyond Radford, I highly encourage you to make the trip down here to Long Way. It's not a long way. It's a short way to
right
get
off
to the brewery.
interstate. Exactly.
So
right.
come on down here and see it. Keith, thanks again, brother. That's a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday. I'm going to toss things over to JT with Just Tunes. Up next, it'll be limited commercials, maximum I'm rocking right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.